Hello y'all, Shaniqua is here. What is up? Hi. Okay, I did a video not even 24 hours ago, and talking about all the recent things that have been going on. There's just piling up and just going crazy, and I forgot to talk about one of the other things. It's something that I just got wind of or heard about, very recently. That's why I don't know why it wasn't on my mind. It wasn't until after I was done with that video and editing that I remembered. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to talk about this too. So this is a whole special video based off of this topic. And basically what's going on is that we have a family friend named Pablo that we've known for years. I'm like going back to like my early teenage years. Anyway, his name is Pablo, and something happened and his body is shutting down. There's only about 10% of his heart functioning right now, and people are trying to help him. He doesn't want the help. He just wants to pretty much die. He's given up on life. And the Pablo was, I'm talking about it like as if he's already in the past tense. Like, hopefully not. Pablo is an awesome guy. Like, he helps everybody. Like, in the neighborhood, like, he would cook for everybody and feed the homeless and feed his friends. Like, if you walk into his house, he'd be like, oh, you hungry? Here, I'm making food. Help yourself as much as you want. He'll give you clothes, blankets, whatever, like the clothes off of his back if he had to. An amazing person. And for him to just do a complete 180 like this and want to die all of a sudden, like, he's supposed to be in a hospice right now, and a hospice care. He's on oxygen and IVs and all this. He won't go. So they have a nurse coming to his house to try to take care of him, and he's being a flat out like total dick to the nurse and everybody. He doesn't want the help. He doesn't want to get cured. He doesn't want medical assistance. He just wants to die. Flat out, plain and simple. He's given up. And also, to show you how bad the situation is with him, he's never smoked a cigarette a day in his life. Now that this is going on, he's smoking cigarettes while he's on oxygen, while his heart is at 10% functionality, so we don't know what to do. Like, anybody that tries to help him, he throws a fit, like, just gets all like, at everybody. And his wife is not his wife yet. She was hoping, but her name is Simone, and she has a son named Gabriel. And Pablo is the only father that Gabriel's ever known. It's not his actual biological father, but Pablo raised Gabriel as his own, pretty much. And Simone is losing her mind with this. She called my mother crying, doesn't know what to do. She's in a medical situation herself. She's diabetic and can't get her insulin because it costs too much, so she's always sick. And now she has to deal with Pablo dying on her, and it's just, God. Give me a second, I need to breathe. Okay, I'm trying to remain calm here, keep my composure. So, my mother and my sister, we're going to go over there Tuesday and help Simone out in any way that they can. She's very low in energy. She doesn't have her insulin. She's very sick because of this, and dealing with Pablo's situation too. Her house is a total mess. She can't keep up with everything. So my mom and my sister, we're going to go over there Tuesday to help where they can. But this is just crazy. Like, I don't know why he's given up. Why he wants to die so bad. Like, we saw him maybe a year or two ago, and he was up and around, and doing his normal thing, cooking for people, helping people out, giving people, doing what Pablo does. What in the hell happened for this to happen? He was fine back then. And not even a couple of years, like, it wasn't even like 1 or 2 years ago that we last saw him, me and my fiance last saw him, and he was fine. And all of a sudden his heart is failing, only 10% of his heart is working. And he's on oxygen now and all this other stuff, and he just wants to die so badly he's actually smoking cigarettes, and when he's never smoked a cigarette in his life, and it's just, dude, man. Oh my God. This is just insane, okay? This is just absolutely insane. He's been a part of the family for so long. And he's always been so strong. He was the rock for their family. He was the rock for so many people. And he's just all of a sudden just given up. Simone is gonna be completely lost without him. And her son Gabriel, that's the only father he's ever known. And if it wasn't for Pablo and his kind heart, my mother would have, oh my God, so many horrible things could have happened to my mother, and he's taken her in. When Kim was on hard times, he took her in. That's my sister Kim. He took her in, and she was living with them a long time ago. They've helped so many people. Him especially has helped so many people, and I just don't understand how they could just flip so quickly. He was fine. He was just perfectly fine not too long ago, and all this is happening. Simone already has enough to deal with right now. To not be dealing with this on top of it. For example, her son Gabriel, he was born with a 2-chamber heart. Not a full heart, but a half a heart. A 2-chamber heart. And he wasn't supposed to make it into his teenage years, but miraculously he's still alive, he's still going. So her son has medical issues. He can't do any strenuous activity at all. No running, no nothing. And, and so she has that, always to worry about, that her son could go at any time because of his half-chamber heart. And so she has that, and she has, the insulin thing that she can't afford, so she's always sick and struggling. And now, the man that she's been with, oh my God, since before we even knew them, is pretty much dying because he's given up. He's just given up. And like I said, if anybody tries to help him, he gets angry because he doesn't want to live anymore. I don't understand that. Why don't you want to live anymore? You have all these people that love you and, that you've helped and everything. What? What's the fucking point? If you put your family through this, your friends through this, what could have happened that was so bad that you just want to give up on life, and to the point where your body's failing, and not only that, you're egging it on by smoking cigarettes you never smoked a day in your life, trying to make the oxygen tanks blow up for all we know, and all this other fucking shit. Oh my god, dude. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what Simone's gonna do. She can't afford a funeral or anything. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude, this is just horrible. When I first got the news, my mother told me the news. I was just trying to, suppress it down, like not listen, just avoid it, like I don't want to hear it, like okay, that's happening, good, like not real, and not, pretty much in denial of the situation. That's what I had been in the last day or two, but before I started making this video, I was really starting to think about it, and it was really starting to process the severity of the situation. So, I guess maybe that's another reason why I didn't talk about it in the last video when I talked about all the other craziness going on, because I didn't want to face reality, pretty much. Well, now I'm facing the reality, and I don't like this reality. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. This is not cool. This is not cool at all. Like, why? He doesn't have much longer to live. Like, I'm just like, his body can't hold on for much longer, especially when there's only 10% of his heart working. And the fact he wants to die, I don't understand that, dude. I can't wrap my head around that. When he has so much to live for. I just don't understand. I can't even think. I can't even talk. I can't even. Pablo has, like I said, been there for everybody. Everybody, and then some. He's helped people he didn't even know. That's how kind-hearted he was. Or is, I'm hearing him talk about him in the past. Well, he's gonna die anyway, obviously. Might as well start talking about him in the past tense. Fuck. I just don't understand. He's helped so many people, saved so many people. How can somebody like that just give up when he's been there for, he was a blessing to humanity. When people were giving up on humanity as a whole and how people are these days. Pablo would open their eyes and be like, well, there's still hope in the world. There's still people that actually care. There's still people that, that understand what I'm going through, what type of thing. That's why I don't understand. How you can just flip a 180, just like boom, and everything. If anybody watching this video can help me understand why he's acting the way he's acting and why he's so determined to just get this life over with, all of a sudden, like, it's like, what the fuck? I don't understand it. I know. This is not good. So, just... And like I said in my last video, it's not just Pablo. I didn't mention Pablo in the last video, but, I thought my phone had stopped recording. One of our other family friends, who's actually my therapist, he's going through his own medical issues too. He had a surgery that I guess went awry, and he's still in the hospital. And they don't even know if he's going to come back to work or get out of the hospital and whatnot. We don't know what's going on with that. So we have that too. I talked about that in the last video. But I was like, oh my god, dude, I feel so numb right now. Like literally, like numb, inside and out. I gotta go. Peace out, y'all. Love y'all. Hugs and kisses. Stay tuned for more videos. I was trying to be back as soon as I possibly can. Please, whatever religion you practice, please pray. Do something, light a candle, whatever you believe in, because we need a miracle right now. We really do. I gotta go. Bye.